Did you hear that?
Want your friends to ask, how'd you do that? Stick around. These 10 tips will make Once Human a whole lot easier. Hey folks, Nas here. Getting ready to share 10 quick tips for you to make Once Human a lot easier for you. Have you ever wondered if there was an easier way to change your ammo? Normally you would go in your inventory, you'd go to your gear, you would go to your weapon type, you would click modify, you would go into accessories, and you would come down here and you would choose your ammo type. There is a much easier way to do this. You can simply hold R on your keyboard. You can see in the bottom right corner of the screen, I get a little tooltip that pops up. I'll do it again. And you can use your mouse wheel to scroll through the different ammo type. So you can see that I've got regular tungsten ammo and armor piercing tungsten ammo. I can switch to either one just with the press of the button and the scroll of my mouse wheel. Did you know there was a way to actually save the build that you just created? So you've created your own build. You've made, like in this case for me, the boom boom. You've got all your gear set up. Did you realize that there is a way to save this loadout and you can change it up how you want and save a different loadout for quick changes? That way you don't have to change each individual piece of gear. So if you look actually at the bottom of the screen here, there's a button that says save. You can press H. It's going to bring up a loadout preset. Now you can see I've already got like 4 saved right here. All you got to do is hit R to save. It's going to save the preset. Currently equipped. It's got the little E in the corner. You can click on it and then hit enter to change the name. So we can go gear test and hit enter one more time. You've named it. You've got the loadout saved. It's currently equipped. So you can make 20 different loadouts, all with different weapons or different gear types or whatever, but you have a way to save your builds and easily change from build to build. Have you been hunting around the map looking for different events and not be able to find what you're looking for? There is an easy way to find active and upcoming events on the map. So if you open your map on keyboard, you're going to press M. In the bottom left corner of the screen, you're going to see Expand Collapse Filter. It's going to open another window for you. These are real-time recommendations for events. You can see here, Ancient Ones Trial, Close Encounter Manibus, Surge Fish, Manibus, High Risk, Manibus, Surge Fish. Those are all active. Even in the tooltip right next to it, it tells you what worlds they're in. So you can actually go, let's click Surge Fish. You can click on it and it shows you where it's active. Also, you can see the tooltip for the Surge Fish. You can teleport to this event directly from wherever you're at on the map. Just that easy. I've teleported over to Myers Market. Now we can actually run down to the docks. You can equip your fishing pole and you can start fishing. Now, not only can you teleport to events, you can also teleport to silos. So if you find a silo that you're wanting to run, say you're going to farm mods or whatever, you can teleport straight to the silo after you've completed the silo once. So you do have to complete the silo one time, then you're able to teleport to that silo and any other silo that you have completed one time. Now, unfortunately, the first time you have to go and complete the silo, you got to drive there. But you can see I have teleported straight to the silo EX1. Have you ever clicked on a location on the map? Matter of fact, let me show you before I go too far. Let's say you click on any location on the map because you want to drive there, and it gives you the map quest location and how to get there on the large map. But once you close and look at the mini map, it will show you that sometimes on the mini map, and then sometimes it disappears off the mini map. So then you don't know which direction to go. You don't know which road to turn on because you're trying to drive there or run there. Then you got to open your map again. You got to look, oh yeah, it's still there. It's still highlighted. But when you close the large map, you lose it again on the mini map. You may or may not have experienced that. However, there is a fix for it. So if you go and hit escape, go into your settings. You want to go to game settings. You're going to scroll down. So you're on gameplay up here. You're going to scroll down until you see map settings. Then you're going to see an option for mini map range. Now you can see that I'm set on small. If you actually take that to large, and then you can escape out of that. Now, every time that you click a location to drive to, it will always show on the mini map which direction to drive. It'll show you what road to turn on, everything. It won't disappear. So this, if you've been having problems with directions on the mini map while driving, this is how you fix that. If you folks are enjoying these tips and finding them helpful, maybe take a quick second down below the video, click that like button. Lets me know that you are enjoying these and are wanting to see more guides like this. Are you in need of a large amount of spoiled food quickly and unsure how to get it? You don't want to go out hunting or picking flowers, trying to get, these onesie twosies to decay so you can have some spoiled food. There is an easier way to collect large amounts of items that are going to give you large amounts of spoiled food very quickly. And all you got to do is go to the beach. So you want to come down here and you want to grab the shell rock. It's going to give you shellfish as a byproduct. You can also gather seaweed rock. It's going to give you seaweed as a byproduct, and you can do all of this with your drill, and you can collect hundreds at a time. Now, if we go into the inventory and we go to the shellfish or even the seaweed, you can see it takes 4 hours for it to decay. So you gather large amounts of this, throw it in a chest, wait 4 hours, let it decay. You have large amounts of spoiled food. That way you can make your loomy soil or plant all of your crops pretty quickly. Now I say quickly, 4 hours is not quick, but you have to wait for the stuff to spoil. There's no other way for it to spoil faster. But go to the beach, grab your drill gun, and go down there and mine you some shellfish and seaweed. That way you can get your loomy soil on as quick as you can. Are you looking for deviations to collect or useful deviations to actually use at your base? There's one place that you want to make sure that you check on a regular basis, daily matter of fact. You want to go to all of the different camps around the map. So Deadsville, Myers Market, etc. But you want to go and check the securement units at each of these camps. Now I'm currently in Myers Market, but you can see we actually have a cat available here as well. But you have these securement units right here that you can actually check every day for a random deviation. Now this one here is giving me the busy bee. You can collect those and you can actually have a chance at getting better deviations than you currently have or deviations you don't have. So make sure you go around and check each of those securement units in each of the camps on your map every day. When crafting and upgrading your gear, you always want to make sure that you're picking the right material for the job. Now, some of you may or may not know that you can actually select different materials for your gear. So take example for, let's see, I'm currently wearing the barbecue gloves for my particular build. So we'll take a look at that. Now, if you look at the bottom, there are 2 boxes that allow you to pick materials. Now, if we click on the first box, you can see that there's a second tooltip box that pops up, and then there are different options for you to choose from. Now, on these gloves, you can choose rawhide, which gives you no additional effect. But if I chose deer hide, you can see that my logging and mining speed would be increased by 10%. You can see it there in the center of the screen. It's highlighted in green. If we scroll down to another option, we've got wolf skin, which gives me a yield boost. So it'll increase my poultry meat and rabbit meat yield. So the meat that I would get from rabbits and birds. If we scroll down even farther, we can do rabbit fur, and we can have another yield boost, which would increase the herb seed yield. So if you're out trying to collect, say, contaminated seeds for the contaminated plants to make you an acid farm, you know it's hard to get some of those seeds, especially the aloe. An additional 10% yield on seed collection could be the difference between you getting a really nice acid farm up and running a lot sooner. So remember to check the different hides or the different materials that can be added to your gear. And you can do it on your gloves, you can do it on your boots, your mask, your pants, chest, and your hat. So make sure to be checking all those different skins to see what you can get. Are you having problems reaching certain items in your Memetics screen? If we open our Memetics screen, of course you can see I've got 102 ciphers right now. Not a big deal for me. However, early in the game, you kind of struggle getting some of these ciphers, reaching some of the items that you need to reach in your Memetics lists here. But did you know that you can actually refund some of these points? So let's take the Securement unit. If you take both Securement units all the way down to number 2, you can place up to 20 Securement units in your base. I recommend taking these, placing the 20 Securement units on your base, then you can come back and you can refund the very first one, and it'll refund both this one and the second one down below. You can see right here, reset Memetic. Well, apparently I pushed the button too quickly, but I reset my Memetics. So if I click off of that, you can see it is no longer highlighted, and these two are not available. However, I still have 20 Securement units on my base. They didn't disappear. However, you can't build new ones, so you need to make sure that you keep your Securement units on your base. Just move them around. You don't need to delete them and then rebuild them. Just move them around. But you don't need to have those points taken up. That way you can allot those points somewhere else to accomplish other things, you know, in your build, in your base, or whatever you're needing. But that's how you actually reset some of your Memetic points to get your ciphers back. So for this next tip, this actually has to do with your 6-star rating gear or weapon pieces. So if we go into your inventory, if you go to blueprints, they're at the top of the screen. I'm going to go to armor because I do have a 6-piece shelter hat right now. So I actually leveled this up to a 6-star rating, but I don't have but one. Now you need to have one of the legendary and then one of the epic. Then you can actually end up making your entire set 6-star with just this one piece. And I'm going to show you. If you look over here, you have a blueprint conversion just under the little tab here. And if you hover over the little eye there, it's going to tell you spend 1 conversion attempt to swap enhancement levels between 2 blueprints of the same quality. So that means legendary for legendary, epic for epic, and so on. Conversion attempts recover weekly at a rate of 6 per week. So that means each week's you can do 6 conversions. The next week, you're going to have 6 more conversions. You can do 6 then. And then on the 3rd week, you have your last 6 conversions. Because if you look at number 3, maximum conversion attempts is 18, When this limit is reached, weekly recovery will stop. So in other words, for a season, and in the first 3 weeks, you're going to have up to 18 attempts to swap your star rating. Now, what that means is, if I click this, let's see, currently I've got the shelter hat. Now, if I go to my gear, I have my hat is 6-star, my mask is 6-star, and then my shelter pants are only a 2-star. So I need to do pants next, or at least that's what I'm going to do next. So go back to blueprints. There's my 6-star shelter hat. There's the blueprint conversion. We're going to click the blueprint conversion. I'm going to go over here, and in the list, you're going to choose your 6-star item. You're going to click that. It's going to put it in the top box. Now, we want to pick our item we want to swap the 6 stars to, which are the shelter pants. Those go in the bottom. Now, you can see down here, I have 13 of 18 attempts left. I can hit F. Boom. Blueprint conversion. My hat is now the 2-star, and my pants are the 6-star. Now, the trick here, once you change an item to the 6-star, you want to go and craft it. So I currently have, my hat is 6-star. I didn't lose the hat just because I changed the conversion. Now, you want to craft, go to armor. I want to craft my pants. So there's my 6-star rating pants. You can choose whatever hide that you want, whatever material that you want. I think I'm going to go with max stamina for right now. You can see it's a tier 5. It is 6-star, and then we're going to craft. And boom, we just crafted our 6-star pants. Then you can go right back in to your blueprints. You can go to armor blueprints. Now we got to find the pants, and then I want to do the next piece of gear, which would probably be my savior top. So then we'll go into blueprints, we'll go to conversion, we're going to go to armor. You can choose whichever one you're looking for right here. We're going to go armor. Pants is what we did first. So we'll choose pants. That'll be the 6-star rating. Then I want to do my chest. It's going to be the savior jacket. Yep, right there. So that goes in the bottom. We're going to swap this 6-star for this 1-star. We're going to hit F. And there we go. Now my savior jacket is 6-star. I can turn around and I can craft that jacket. So we go into armor craft. We go to the jacket. There it is, 6-star, savior jacket, tier 5. Choose your materials. Then all you got to do is hold F to confirm. And boom, there we go. We've crafted another piece of gear that is 6-star. You don't have to level. Let's equip that real quick before I forget. You don't have to level each blueprint in order to have 6-star rating gear. You just have to convert the 6-star with the next piece that you want to craft. You can do this with the legendary, because it's legendary to legendary, or you can do this with epic. So as long as you have one legendary armor, one legendary weapon, one epic armor, and one epic weapon, you can do this and have an entire set all 6-star. Alrighty folks, there's 10 tips to make Once Human much easier for you. If you enjoyed these tips, definitely click that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I'd greatly appreciate it. Make sure to leave me a comment and let me know which tip was helpful for you, or better yet, leave a tip of your own in the comments to help others just like yourself. I appreciate everybody joining me today, and we will see you folks in the next one. You take care and happy hunting.